Today is the day. It is box building day. Pick your best design. Cut it out, just like I did. Then take some clay, not much at all really, just start smacking it, trying to make it into like a cube. If this is recycled, you want to wedge it. This is fresh for me, so I'm just knocking it right into a cube right now. Just like that. Then I'm gonna smack it down, pancake it, get a little emotional, not too emotional. I'm kind of throwing it like the pizza dough, and I'm pulling out a broken little roller right here, getting emotional. And then I'm gonna stretch it out here, as you can see. I'm gonna get this pretty thin. Okay, you just got to be in proportion. I don't want a real thick box, especially we're making a really small one too, because you can see my stencil. It's going to be a small box. So I'm trying to stretch it out just big enough to get 4 walls, okay? I want 4 walls. That's all I'm looking for right now, just 4 walls. So I tried to stretch it out. Hopefully I have enough here. I think I do. So I'm cutting them out with a popsicle stick and taking my time, making them nice, trying to cut nice vertical lines, not angling my popsicle stick so my walls are all janky on the edging. And boom, there, I got 4. Then I'm gonna pull away my excess, and this is crucial. I want to either let them set naturally in front of a fan or just out in the sun for a little bit, blow dry them, get them kind of leather hard, a little, not crazy though, dry. Just a little bit drier, so they're not flimsy. And then I'm just scoring up the edging. This is crucial too. Look how I'm scoring the edging on those 2, and then I'm doing that very side of the edge, if that makes sense, on these other 2 pieces. Okay, this is a little trick here. So two of them are scored on the edging, and 2 are scored like in the front part. And see how I'm putting them together? I'm rubbing my fingers on the back of it. It's not a bad idea to put a little water on your finger too to help it slide. And then I'm putting it together the same way with each wall, if that makes sense. So the other one's going to go in, boom, just like the other one did. And then where I scored those other 2 spots, it'll match up. And there we got the start of our box. And then I'm going to use my scraper, the flat side, to start scraping upward, scraping every direction, really trying to clean it up, really bond those walls together. That's what I'm trying to do, and clean it up. Using the sponge, getting emotional here, use my fingers, really trying to make it nice here. I even use my finger on the inside and put a little slip in there, and so that actually adds a little extra insurance. And then I'm using actually the dental tool to actually get in there help me out a little better. And then boom, once it's good, I'm going to take my excess clay, I'm going to start smacking it into a ball, and then I'm going to wedge it, start wedging it, getting emotional. And if you haven't done this, you need to always do this. It gets the air pockets out. As you see, I'm flipping the clay, I'm pushing into it just like bread dough, tortilla dough, same thing. And then I'm going to smack it into a square. Then I'm going to use my palm also to kind of flatten it out if I need to. Rolling pin, whatever you got. Highlighter. Get it as flat as you did the other walls. And I'm just going to stretch it out just like pizza dough again, getting it really thin. Not too thin though. And then once I've got a big enough piece here, this is very crucial. I want to blow dry it before I cut it out. That makes sense, because I want it to shrink a little bit. I don't want my walls to crack here. It's a little trick. And then once I got that leather hard, then I'm just going to mark it out. This is going to be the bottom of my box. And then I'm just going to cut that out. Then I'm going to score it, and I'm not even using the slip. If you don't have any slip, you haven't made any, not a big deal. If you keep dipping your fork in the water and scratching like different directions like Velcro, you'll make the slip. In fact, that's the way I learned how to do it back when I was in college. It wasn't until I started teaching high school that I started really emphasizing the slip. just for extra insurance. But if you do have slip, add some slip. And see how it got stuck to my tile? I gotta be careful about that. I used the popsicle stick to help scrape it off. And then boom, I'm gonna put it together. And I actually have quite a bit of excess. It some reason I stretched out a little on me a little bit, but not a big deal. I'm gonna use my scraper here in a second, you'll see. And I'm kind of patting it down here, bonding that bottom piece with my walls. This is what I was talking about. I'm using the scraper here and getting emotional, kind of scraping off that excess, making it so you can't tell that that I put these pieces together, getting rid of the line. Using the sponge, scraper, getting it as nice as I can. But don't get too emotional because you don't want it to get all soggy on you here at this point. And then I'm gonna work that corners, make sure it's legit. And then once I think I've got it just as good as, pretty nice today, don't go too crazy, like I said, over sponge it, but put it in a bag, zip or tie it up so no air can get to it. And that's all I want you to do for today. All right, so stay tuned. In next class we'll start designing the lid. Stay tuned.